In the hour after you take this plant, 3 things happen inside your body. Your blood vessels open in 20 minutes, your dopamine and endorphins surge by 45, and your connective tissue softens until your joints move through ranges that were locked for years. So it's not a drug, but it activates the same pain relief system as cannabis, but internally with no smoke and no side effects. Plus, you can find it in any health food store. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is, how to take it, and the specific reason it works on a system that most of us were never taught about. The one that's been quietly deciding what you can and can't do. So I spent close to 10 years stuck in chronic pain before I started to rebuild my body. And out of everything that I tried, this is one of the few things that earned a permanent place in my stack. And the one that I always recommend to friends, family, and clients. And speaking of my clients, they almost always end up throwing their pre-workout and use this instead. Because the reason is simple, it makes you feel good before, during, and after the workout. Basically, it makes the grind much more enjoyable. This plant, as you might have guessed, is raw cacao. Not the cocoa that you buy from a packet, but the unprocessed version of it. The version that's bitter enough that most people cannot drink it without sweetening it. Now, one thing worth mentioning before we continue, because what I noticed from experience is that many people can take raw cacao and feel nothing. And the reasons can be many, whether the dosage is too small, or it's taken too much frequently, or they're chasing the wrong outcome. And that's why the protocol matters. Now here's the part that I wish someone told me 10 years ago. Because once you understand it, the protocol stops feeling random. If you've been in pain for a long time, your brain has slowly learned that movement is dangerous. So your dopamine system actively pulls you away from the thing that hurts. Now the problem is that when pain fades, that avoidance or aversion stays behind. So your drive to move stays low long after you're technically able to. Now considering this, here's why raw cacao is a game changer. Like I said earlier, it completely shifts your physiological environment. Your blood vessels open, you have more oxygenation, more dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins that are surging. And in this biological context, when you go train, something shifts. Whether you're stretching, running, lifting, whatever it is, the result will be the same. Because every time you move while your brain is already flooded with reward chemistry, your nervous system updates your programming or coding. Movement is no longer dangerous and is now associated with reward. And this is amazing because when the action is rewarding, your brain will start pushing you to repeat it, which makes the process of installing a habit much more easier. But here, instead of an addictive substance, we're doing it in a sustainable way. So do this 2 or 3 times a week for a month. And with time, the acute effect will stop being the point anymore. It will still be there, it will still be enjoyable, but it will stop being the main driver of your movement. The point becomes what your body is learning underneath, the coding. When we talk about the nervous system, we're talking about what controls the muscle, the joint, and the tissue. And once we understand this, everything else will make sense. Your nervous system decides everything. Whether you can stretch deeper, push for 1 more rep, or run 1 more kilometer before your body forces you to stop, it approves and denies every movement before your muscles even fire. Meaning that the tissue is just executing the order. Raw cacao acts on exactly that system. It makes your brain feel safe, and when your brain feels safe, your body becomes capable of more than it was 10 minutes earlier. Not because the tissue has changed, but because the system that controls that tissue has allowed it to. If you want to feel it today, do any mobility drill that you do regularly. Notice how it feels. Take raw cacao, wait for 1 hour, then test the same drill. I will also leave a free protocol in the description that ties everything that we saw together in this video, with proper cacao timing and playing with dosages to keep tolerance at bay, a full supplement stack suggestions that I use and that I recommend to clients to help manage pain and find a bit more enjoyment in what needs to be done, and also a short 10-minute routine that I sometimes use on myself and that I also recommend to clients because it helps work on deep muscle stabilizers that prevent pain and injury. Plus, the exercises that are included force your body to learn how to work as a whole unit. So you can use it as a warm-up, as a standalone workout, or as support if your back and hips have been talking to you for quite some time. And from what I've noticed in myself and on my clients, it also helps reverse a bit of the damage that's been done on your body because of bad posture. And the only reason I know any of this is because I had to figure it out on myself. 10 years of trial and error with a bunch of herbs and compounds. Now, I had chronic fatigue, chronic pain and anxiety for close to a decade. And what actually pulled me out wasn't one thing. It was using the right movement and herbs to shift my physiology first so that my mind could catch up. That's the order it went for me, at least. Because if you think about it, when our physiology is out of whack, when our feel-good chemistry and pain relief systems are dysfunctional, trying to do any mental work becomes like climbing a mountain with a heavy bag. It makes things so much harder, and that's why most people will abandon or quit, by falling back to the old habits. So what I'm doing with this channel is walk you through everything that I did these past few years, one compound at a time. So really guys, if you've been stuck where pain and low energy makes everything feel heavier than it should, you come to the right place. So subscribe and like if any of this made sense. And I'll see you in the next one, where I will talk about a compound that takes everything that we talked about today and brings it in another level, and why most people cannot absorb it properly. So thank you again guys, and I'll see you soon.